Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys my laundry routine. So first off, I normally already have a basket of laundry that just needs to be put away, so that's where I start. Anything that's for my kids gets tossed up there to the front as you see me doing, and then I start sorting things out based on kind of what they are and where they're going to go. So I've got a pile of men's shirts for my husband, a pile of my own shirts, and then I've got like piles of leggings, and then in one lump sum I'll just put everything in their respective drawers. In the beginning there, you also see me putting away our underwear just because they were easy to turn around and shove in a drawer. They were just right on top. And here I am just starting to shove clothes into drawers. So that first drawer there is my husband's. It has a lot of his t-shirts. Everything is already folded up as it was in that pile. And so I just kind of spread it all out so that it closes. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing with my own. And yeah, just pretty easy. The second drawer down there for me is my more wintry stuff, and it is full, so I just kind of shove it in however it's gonna fit. Most of our clothing goes in the set of drawers just because our closet is so tiny. So, and we do share the closet and we share the chest of drawers. So yeah, tight fit for most of it, but we just fold it up and shove it in and just try to get the drawer to shut. Okay, so moving on into my bathroom, we're just going to start loading up the laundry basket. Today it looks like I'm just doing anything that is more of a lighter fabric, if that makes sense. So like shirts, underwear, socks, things of that nature. So anything you see me tossing on the ground is either a towel or a hoodie or like jeans. You know, just like heavier items. Unless, of course, I find like a hoodie I want to wear, then I'll toss it in a load. But otherwise, I try to keep the more, I don't know if I want to call them delicate items, because they're not really delicate, but lighter fabrics in one load. And then another load would be, you know, like my towels and hoodies and jeans, such of that nature. Once I have my laundry basket emptied of anything that I want to wash, I go ahead and shove everything else that I threw on the floor back in for me to wash another day. And as you see, I did go ahead and toss a hoodie into the laundry basket, a couple hoodies actually, and that's just to fill out the laundry basket. I definitely had some extra room. It was going to be a lighter load, and so I would much rather just do a larger load and get more things washed at once. So those hoodies I went ahead and tossed in with everything else. And while I'm in the bathroom, I also like to check the bathtub to see if there's any wet washcloths, which I had two. So we went ahead and grabbed those out to go in the wash as well. Okay, so now we're down in the basement to do my laundry, and as you see, I just toss it all in at once. It is that simple. Of course, sometimes I do have heavier items, as I mentioned, like my hoodies, jeans, or towels, and so those I'll kind of put in one at a time and judge the load in the washer machine because I don't want to overload the washer, cause it any problems. My washer already seems to be off balance, so I definitely don't want to overload it, but everything that was in there was fairly light fabric with exception to those two hoodies, so when that's the case, I just toss it all in once, like I showed you. And so my laundry detergent, I have fabric softener and laundry detergent that come in these big 10-gallon drums. My nephew's baseball league sells them as a fundraiser. So I'll get two of these, one of fabric softener, one of laundry detergent, and they last me almost a year. So that's what my laundry detergent comes out of. And then I also like to do the like smelly good crystal things. I don't really know what they're called. They just make your fabric smell good. So you see me put that in there as well. Once that is done, I'll go ahead and load up my laundry basket with another load of clean folded clothing to take back upstairs and put away and start the cycle all over again. Before heading back upstairs, I do typically go ahead and check the dryer, especially if it's finished or if I know I have clothes in there. So right here, I'm just go ahead and cleaning out my dryer lint. So always make sure you clean those so you don't start a fire. And then I did have clothing in here. So I go ahead and take everything out of my dryer. I put it onto my folding table, have it all nicely folded and ready to go back upstairs. So whatever's on my folding table already gets taken up first, with exception to these pile of socks that have no matches. But If I don't have anything folded on there to begin with, then I would go ahead and fold everything out of my dryer and put that stuff into the laundry basket to take upstairs. But on this particular day, I already had a load on my table, so that goes up first. And I also know that people don't always enjoy folding clothing. I am kind of the exception to the rule on that. I like doing laundry. I like the smell of it. I like, you know, the clean clothes, how warm it feels coming out of the dryer. And I also enjoy folding and putting things away. So I'm pretty good at doing that just because I enjoy it. I'm just kind of weird. I know so many people don't like doing laundry, but I do feel like it's important to fold your clothing after it comes out of the dryer to help prevent wrinkles. Even if you're not putting it away right away, go ahead and fold it. You will thank yourself later because your clothes won't be so wrinkly. So when it comes to clothing that needs to be hung up, for example, my husband's polo here for work, I just have like a rod of hangers hanging above my dryer, and so I pull down an empty hanger, hang it up, and then I've got another rod hung up in my basement that's for clothing to hang on, and I put it there until I get around to taking it upstairs. So that's kind of my process for clothes that need to be hung up. Now it's time to show you how I tackle my kids' clothing. I let this stuff just pile up until they need something. They both have so much. If you're new here, I'm a mom of 2 boys. I've got a 4-year-old and an 19-month-old now, maybe 20 months, a little over a year and a half. They both have gobs of clothing, and I just let it pile up until they need something. So on this particular day, my oldest boy needs underwear and he needs pajamas. So we're just gonna sort through his laundry basket, pull out everything that he needs, and take it downstairs and throw it in the wash. Everything else will sit and continue to pile up. And I do that just to kind of make sure that he is wearing everything gets used. I feel like he's more likely to not get use of everything if everything's constantly in his closet, if that makes sense. This is just my system. It's messy. As you can see, there's just stuff everywhere. My baby's room is the exact same way, and I don't know. I mean, it might not make sense to anybody else, but in my brain, it makes sense. So this is the system that we work with. So for the last part of the video here, I thought I would just come on camera and talk to you instead of doing a voiceover, because I feel like this is just going to be the easiest way to explain my process when it comes to putting away my kids' clothing. So I do this for both boys, and especially for my oldest because he does go to school, and y'all, I don't know if I've mentioned it in this video yet because when I'm filming this, I haven't edited or done any voiceovers, but I have a weird, I won't call it a love, but like enjoyment of clothing and laundry. And I love dressing my kids. I loved playing with Barbies and babies when I was a kid myself. And now that I have my own children, I love dressing them. And this season, my son ended up with like tons of clothes. Beginning of fall, didn't have a whole lot of clothes for him, so I hit up a bunch of garage sales at the very end of summer, got him a bunch of stuff that way, and then my cousin gave us a bunch of hand-me-downs. We picked him a few things up before school started, along with things from grandma's. He's got 2 of them who like to buy clothes as well, and then my cousin's aunt gave us a bunch of stuff as well, so we just ended up with tons of boy clothes, and he ranges in sizing from a 4 to a 6. So he's just got, oh, and then I had a friend recently just give me like a whole bunch of stuff as well. So he just has a ton of clothes right now. This isn't his normal every season. It's just an exception to the rule. But he's got a lot of nice stuff. He is literally, I think he's had like maybe 3 outfit repeats this entire school year. He started preschool in the fall back in August. I think he's had 3 outfit repeats all year. Yeah, this sounds insane, but I guess a lot of it was hand-me-downs, but they're so gently used that, like, they look like new stuff. So this is how I hang his clothes to rotate through them so that he wears something new to school every day and everything is getting used. Okay, so for his shirts, everything gets hung up. If it needs an undershirt, like say this one needs an undershirt, it's already got one hung with it, so I can just pull it out and we can go. So everything here in the front, he has not worn to school yet. And then you come back here to the short sleeves. The very back of the short sleeves here, which is, so like everything right here, he has not yet worn to school yet. Okay. Everything here back has been worn to school. Keep in mind that I have not done all of his laundry yet. He still has like a bunch of stuff in here. I only washed his pajamas and his underwear. So lots of shirts, lots of pants. And so everything back here has been worn to school. A few things he worn a couple of times just because he really likes them. Like these bib overalls he's worn a couple of times. And there's like a hoodie back here he's worn. Oh, this shirt's new. That needs pulled out. No, wait. I put that back there because it's short sleeve. And we just got it on clearance. So that's back there for the spring. Yeah, found some really good deals at Walmart recently and got him some t-shirts for the spring and summer. So that's what that's back there for. But the rest of his more wintry stuff, with exception to the short sleeves, which I think is right about here, is short sleeves. There's not very many. So anyways, yeah, I rotate through. So when I wash clothes, not necessarily new, but when I wash his clothes and he gets any shirts he's worn, I hang them up back here at the very back so that we're pushing everything that he's worn towards the front and rotating through. And then on the weekends, we pull from back here for him to wear because he's already worn these during the week. So I hope that makes sense for how I rotate through my son's closet. My baby doesn't have, I mean, he's still got a lot of stuff, okay? But he's had a lot more outfit repeats this season. He doesn't have as much as his brother does, which is fine. Nobody needs this much stuff. But I do the same thing with his closet. When I wash his clothes, I hang, unless it's just something I absolutely love putting him in, I put whatever he's worn in the back of the closet and we rotate through. And since he doesn't go to school, I don't worry about, you know, on the weekends wearing things he's already worn because, like, he doesn't go to school. So we just rotate through his all the way, and his goes through a lot more quickly because, you know, we're not pulling from the back on the weekends. So hopefully that makes sense for how I hang and organize my boys' clothing. I know it's a pretty simple explanation. And again, this is just for my oldest boy's shirts. My youngest boy, he doesn't have as much drawer space, which I'll show you my oldest boy's drawer space here in a moment. My youngest doesn't have as much drawer space, so all of his clothes gets hung up. So when I put my youngest boy's clothes away, I do them in outfit sets. So it'll have the shirt, the undershirt, and the pants, if it needs an undershirt. They don't always need undershirts, but sometimes they do. So in my baby's closet, if I pulled this out like this, it would have pants with it, just because we have lack of space there. So I'm gonna flip you around and I'll show you guys, you know, the rest of his storage in here. So up top here we have a Walmart box. My cousin gave us like a ton of clothes from her boy, and she gave these to us when my kid was like maybe a year old. So, and there's stuff all the way up to like size 8 in here, mostly jeans and stuff. And the biggest thing I've noticed with kids' clothes, especially boys, is that the fashion doesn't change that much. For example, this is one of them that was in the box. I mean, you can tell it's a little dated. You know, it's probably not super cool right now. I don't know, but like, it don't look bad. So there's a few things like that in here. Another one would be this pullover shirt would be another one that's probably about 8 years old that came from my cousin's boy. And we've pulled them out now because he can now wear them. So there's more stuff like that in there. Like I said, my son ranges between a size 4 and a size 6. And I believe stuff up there goes to like a size 8. And there's like jeans and shoes. So a huge blessing for us. And we really appreciate it. And we just keep it all up there in that box. And we sort through it every season to see if there's anything in there that he can now wear. And then here in the corner, I've got a few things shoved up in here. That big blue thing's a blanket, but there's a few shirts and whatnot up there that are for like this coming season. I think there's some jeans that are too big for him. I see some sheets up there, so you guys kind of get the drift. There's some things up there that he's not quite ready to wear yet. On down in here, if we can focus well, this just has extra blankets, or I guess it's empty. It used to have extra blankets. This is where his pull-ups went. Let me put a light on. Okay, hopefully that helps. So this is where his pull-ups went. We're now going on I think this is week 2 or week 3 with him not using pull-ups. So hopefully we're past this, and we can just set these aside for the baby. That is the bucket that his undies go in. but they're all currently in the laundry basket. I need to put them all away. They've been washed. And we just have a pile of extra wipes in the back. And then down here we have socks and undershirts. And then there's more socks down there, along with some swimming diapers and like a whole bunch of books. And I used to have his shoes organized here, but that's not really worked out. And then over here we have, down here it says pajama drawer. It also has his swimsuits over there. And like I said, I washed all his pajamas. Now I need to put them all away. And then the top drawer has all of his pants in it. And bottom drawer just has extra blankets. So my baby has a very similar setup. He's got a very small like storage container thing in his closet that has his socks in it. Like I said, all of his outfits got hung up pretty much the same as his big brother, but with pants because we just don't have the storage space. And then he does have a dresser in his room, and the top drawer is full of like his diapers and wipes. And then the second drawer has all of his pajamas, and the third drawer, I think my husband is storing his Nerf guns. So that's kind of how their closets are set up. My youngest is sleeping, so I can't show you, but I don't think it's all that exciting. It's pretty much the same setup as his brother. So that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, I hope you decide to take the time to check out my channel, see if there's anything else you'd like to watch. Otherwise, I hope to connect with you guys down in the comments below. Let me know how you guys sort and organize your kids' laundry, and hope to catch you guys in my next video. Bye.